Virgin ass can just, be
virgin ass.
plundered, just plundered, in one stroke. No, because yes, it's dangerous.
Because if you're turned, they have to know if you're turned on, the ass will open up. If you want it. Like, I like fingers and I like tongues. I don't like penetration, but I do like things in there, if that makes sense.
Yes, girl.
But I can't take it. I like fingers, I like a thumb, 2 thumbs, whatever. But I just can't take the whole, thing.
So we're having this conversation here, right? And ladies, you're hearing us all sitting up here laughing and carrying on, but this really is not laughing. We're really just kind of trying to make light of it, to make you understand that it's okay to like what you like. It's okay to be you. There are different levels of sexuality. There are some people that, have boring sex lives, right? But there's nothing wrong with experimenting either. So you cannot allow society to just kind of, downplay all of that. We all come from different backgrounds. You come from a church background. So now my next question to you ladies is, how do you feel that your personal faith, the faith or spirituality that has been imposed upon you, how do you feel that your personal faith and spirituality has helped you within your career choice and, being able to walk the walk in this adult, in the sex industry, for lack of a better word?
So just for clarity, I'm not in the sex industry, I'm a psychotherapist. And so a lot of people in the sex industry or who are being abused, or they come to me for therapy. So because of that, I just have to be enlightened and insightful about sex. But I'm not in the sex industry. I don't want to take credit.
So I'm not in the sex industry. I'm just a radio broadcaster. I have my own sex talk show. I have psychotherapists there in my show, and I know a lot about sex because I read it. I read and I go to school about it, so I'm not gonna take credit either. So I'm gonna let Candace talk about that.
Well, the initial question was how your faith and spirituality has come to play within what you do. Now, when I say sex industry, I don't mean that you're porn stars or working within that industry. I mean that the occupation that you have touches upon sex. Yes, as a life coach, anything in life I get to touch upon, and hopefully in your life there is some sex, right? So for me, my faith, to me there's a difference between being religious and spiritual, right? I am no longer religious in my opinion.
Sabrina, Danny.
That's a whole separate topic. But I was also in religion as a pastor's kid. It is religion. I was in Christianity. It was religion. But right now, it's now my faith and my spirituality. But my faith and my spirituality, the God that I serve is okay with me being a woman who's comfortable with the space she takes up in a room. Right? The God that I serve doesn't tell me that I am limited to any man or woman's idea of what I should be knowing, should be teaching, should be around, right? And the God that I serve created sex. He created Eve for Adam, right? They created children and so forth and so on. So I'm comfortable being a woman who is sure of herself. I'm comfortable with being an educator, an emotional health specialist who is okay with helping women and men. And I deal with a lot of teens. I don't know if anyone else up here does, but I deal with a lot of teens. And these girls are lost. These girls are lost, and I was lost too. And I found myself, and I want to help them find themselves. And part of finding yourself is your sexuality. Because as Candace said, that as women, that's one of our greatest assets. There is such a thing as sexual privilege, and there's such a thing as pretty privilege. I take advantage of both. I utilize both, and I encourage women to do that as well. So as far as my faith and spirituality is concerned, they are intertwined in who I am as a woman, a proud woman, an Afro-Latina, a powerhouse, an entrepreneur, a wife who has a husband who is satisfied because I satisfy him. That is all in my spirituality. Amen.
Got my beer back.
Well, this is really wonderful. The talk that we're having is great, but we also have vendors back here.
Drop everything on Candace.
They're here to show you their products and everything. We've got Heavenly Seduction over there. We've got to Jack. She's got a wonderful lingerie collection over there. And yes, we are talking about sex, but part of sex is also seduction, right? So everything you're seeing back there plays in the role of seduction, right? So now, we've got, the porn movies that really do not touch much upon seduction and, foreplay and just, goes right for the goal. But how do you find in your personal life, Candace, that, what role does seduction play? Do you sometimes feel that you're always looking for the foreplay because of how you approach the business end of things? Or do you sometimes find that, like everybody else, you got your 50-50 days? The question is, where does seduction come to play?
He's 15.
What is yours in your personal life, or have you been desensitized to that because when you're on set, where your work is just let's get it done?
I mean, seduction, even when you're on set and you're still, working, seduction is still a part of the work. Because you still have to make that man, he still has to get hard, you still have to make him feel wanted. So I play with his head. You still have to make him feel like his dick is the biggest thing in the world so that he can get the same done. Because if he feels small, he's not going to come. He won't get hard. That's like if you're with your man and he's having a bad day, you try everything you can to make him hard, and he won't because his mind is not there. So I play mind games all day on set. So seduction is a part of what I do. But intimacy, in my private life, seduction is, because that's how you...
I can't drive you home.
That's the beauty of a woman. And men will make you feel bad for having that type of sexuality and that type of sassiness. And, it's a privilege. Certain women have it. And it's like, you try to teach other women to bring that out of them. All women have that type of catness to them. You know what I'm saying? But men don't make you feel bad for even letting it loose a little bit. It's like, oh, you a hoe, you want to be a thigh, you want to be a hoe, you want to be this. No, I'm just expressing... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's some ones who are looking for you to be that post-seduction, right?
Right, exactly. But, seduction is definitely important, I think, in work and in my private life.
Being mothers and wives and, being in relationships, sitting on this panel, ladies, how do you juggle what you do, especially Candace, how do you juggle your professional and personal life and family? And do you find that, some of your family members, near and far, are judgmental about what you do?
That's a good question. As far as family members, yeah, people are people. They're going to judge you for who you are, but those are the same family members that have my whole collection. You wouldn't know who I was unless you was at home watching it. So how would you know who I was? There's a lot of people that see me and be like, oh, no. But the people that do know are somebody that told because you was watching. So family members that were like judgmental because they're like, damn, they probably never thought, oh, my family member would be in this. But it's still a business at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, porn can be, people can think of what it is, but we help a lot. We teach a lot. If you use it the way it's supposed to be used, we can take your sexual relationship to a whole nother level. If you and your man, like, the best, like when I have conventions and couples come to me and say, yo, you've helped us have our sex, like take our sex level to another level and make my wife feel comfortable being a woman and make her feel sexy and like women. I like to hear that. It's like, that makes me, it's not a bad industry. People look at it, and it's not bad. It's sexual. You're just people that don't mind showing, what we do. It's nothing wrong with it. Hello?
So we're having a wonderful dialogue up here, but I'm going to ask these ladies one final question, and then we're going to open the floor to you all to ask questions that you may want to ask of these ladies, because I'm sure that, the questions that we've posed have not even touched the tip of the iceberg. So my final question for all four of you ladies is this. What do you feel that you're doing now in your current careers to set as a blueprint for the women that are coming up behind you in, the industries that your respective industries, especially you, Candace, because, yeah, we know sex is sex, but what are you personally doing to ensure that, the next Candace Vaughn, is gonna have some sort of a blueprint to go by and
maybe not experience certain things that you've experienced?
Well, I'm still creating my blueprint. So I'm still learning every day. You feel me? I'm only 30. I'll be 33 on Tuesday. Virgo season. So happy birthday, Chrissy! My God! So honestly, I'm honestly like my dream is to, like I said, I expressed how I was abused as a young girl. I know some people that want to seem like got abused by whether it's a family member, somebody in the street, somebody, randomly, and they're so depressed, they don't know how to deal with it, they're not even comfortable sexually within themselves. There's suicide, so many different things happen when you're abused. You don't know how to deal with it. So my dream is to help women. I want to write a book and I want to tell people my experience. Doesn't mean you have to go and be a porn star or be a stripper or sell pussy. No, but take what happened to you and empower yourself. Don't allow no niggas for the rest of your life to beat you or to make you feel less than because you was raped by a man and now you don't trust men. So now you feel uncomfortable around them and you can't be a woman around them. You can't be a big girl around men because you still feel small because they took something from you. Right. Don't feel like that. So I want young girls to feel like that. So eventually I will get to let up, but still I'm still creating, I'm still learning myself. So I can't create the next blueprint for anybody. But I'm, just doing my own story, and hopefully they'll be able to learn something from it. You feel me?
I feel your truth. Yes.
Can you say the question for me one more time?
The question
I was all in her answer. I'm sorry.
Just asking, as a final question, what are you doing right now that is setting the blueprint for the next, young girl who's going to potentially walk within your shoes, within your career?
Okay, so what I feel I'm doing is what I hear from my lovely, as I call my following, my beautiful soul unicorns. I'm a permission giver.
Have chicks smelling like fruit.
People who are around me say constantly that I give them permission to be not only themselves, but the power of no. I say no a lot. Right? And everybody's telling you, say yes, say yes, say yes. And great, there are certain things you should say yes to. But the power of no for a woman is so strong. And we were not taught that no is an option for us. So what I want to leave as of now for a blueprint, again, it might change in a year, 6 months, who knows. But as of today, the blueprint I want to leave for people who follow me and engage with me is be okay with your no. Stand in your no with no negotiation. No, it does not mean negotiate. No does not mean N-O, comma, dot, dot, dot. There is a period and an exclamation mark behind your no. As a woman, you are allowed to design, build, and customize your goddamn life. Your way, not your parents' way, not your pastor's way, not your man's way, and not your children's way. Your way. If there's anything you ever get from me, it is a customized life that begins with the power of no.
The preacher's daughter speaks. Amen. So, my role is to help you heal. Whatever the trauma was, and I'm really curious how you connect all your dots yourself. Or help along the way. And some of us do heal ourselves. Yeah, some of us do heal. You can heal yourself. Heal thyself. Healthy self, right? The word healthy self, break it down. Heal thyself. That's what it is, right? So you can. And sometimes in healing yourself, you need help, right? And so there are professionals who can help you do that, who can kind of connect the dots for you. So, like me. So, my role is really to help you heal, to understand what happened, why you are the way you are, and how to become the person that you want to be. So I work with healing in particular and mindset. A lot of the depression and anxiety, those things, sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, sometimes it's just a matter of the way that you think. And so my job is to help change the way that you think.
But what blueprint are you leaving for the girl that's going to come next year?
My life. My life is a blueprint. And I'm young also, and I'm still evolving, and I'm still learning, and I'm still healing. And healing is something that happens in layers. So, yeah, my blueprint is my life. If you're watching my life, I have a 20-year-old daughter. So, she's watching me. My role, what I do, the best thing I can do for my child is to tell her the truth. Is to have open dialogue with her, is to let her know that it's okay to be sexual, that it's okay to, and I'll share this. when my daughter first had sex, and I had been telling her, it's gonna happen soon. She's like, I don't even have a boyfriend yet. I'm like, when it's gonna happen, we're gonna talk. And then it happened. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't ready. But you know what? I took about 30 minutes to an hour, went in my own room, took a deep breath, because she was already in college when it happened. And then I went back to her room, I laid across her bed, and I said,
But it turned out very nice.
and that was hard. And then I said, did you have an orgasm? And she was like, I said, because you're not going to be out here having sex with these boys, and you not have an orgasm. Okay? So I had to be on, because I'm always on. You know, a lot of people say, don't be a kid's friend. No, don't. When she's 20, there has to be a friend aspect to it, right? You can't just still keep mothering her as a child. So I had a conversation with her and allowed her to be a woman.
Skincare line, entrepreneur.
So I believe the
started.
He helped me with being honest, open, transparent.
It's very cool. It's really interesting. And it's like a something around. I'm like, this is because you don't really and then it's like,
so for me, it's nothing to say that these girls wouldn't say, you know, it's just to be yourself. Be yourself, be comfortable with yourself. If you want to talk,
questions with people and I'll be like, sure.
No matter what, if it's about sex, if it's about life, if you want to talk. I mean, we are meant to talk, to have a voice. So my blueprint is just be yourself.
Awesome, lady. So now we're going to open the floor to anyone who has questions. So, if you hold on to this mic. So, if you have a question, I saw a hand go up there, go up back there. So, come on up here, honey. You gotta come up here. Coming up, come to this mic, or actually. All right, now you can pose your question to either all of them or to any particular one.
Oh yeah, all right, now we know.
To everyone.
Thank you again for having me. It really turned out great.
No, it's not really personal. It's just, I'm so amazed by the open-minded in this place. It's amazing. I brought all my girlfriends back here. Hey! Yeah, we're really deep. Amazing group of women. Amazing, by the way. So my question is, right now there's this stigma of men who videotape women while they're having sex. One of my best friends, he's a guy, right? And we were having a brunch, and he was showing me like, you know, my friends sent me videos of them secretly videotaping women. So I'm sitting here, I'm wondering to myself like, are we supposed to be ashamed when these things come out? Or do we take it by the balls? What are your thoughts and what are your opinions? Right. Exactly. So a lot of this stuff is done behind the woman. A lot of these girls have no idea about it.
So first off, this is really what I'm about to say is it's really important what I'm about to say, okay? Women, stop condoning niggas bullshit, okay? Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Let me tell you, and this is for you too, honey. When your friend, because I have to do this, if one of my male friends, look how close we are, shows me videotape of a woman who doesn't know she videotaped, I'm condemning his ass, right? Because
my best friend, the one he showed me of himself, and I have them there because they know that he showed us. She knew.
Okay. And
but in general, I've seen it a lot.
So that's what Stephanie is saying. You give permission, and just because you give permission to be recorded doesn't mean you give permission to be shared, right? So one, women, we have to be really think about will you trust this person, right? Because he loves you today. If he doesn't love you tomorrow, is he gonna share, right? A lot of men are immature, unfortunately, and so it's really one about permission. But I think that a lot of men do things because women allow them to do it. One of the things that I hate most is women who set up other women for failure when it comes to men. That, to me, I was out with a friend of mine, best friend, and his girl was with him, and another friend that he knows, just as long as he's known me, was outside talking to two people. So I go outside, because I'm thinking, you alright? I'm checking on her. She's like, nah, I'm good, I'm just trying to get this number for him. And I said, did he ask you to do that? She was like, no. I'm like, he's with his woman. I didn't respect her. If he told her to do it, that's different. But his woman is, so for me, that's just my values. If he cheats, well, that's his business. I'm not condemning that. People are people. People are people. But the fact that she did it with the woman there, I didn't like it. So I was like, nah, that ain't cool. It's shady as hell. I don't like it. And I kept it right. So women have to look out. Women.
If you're allowing recording, what's your why? I'm big on intention. I connect with no one without knowing their intention. If I want it, I'm allowed to see myself. I like the way it bounced. It's fine, right? But why are you allowing him to record it? If you don't know, that's a separate question. But if you are, no. Right? So if you are engaging in it, you have the right. We sometimes like to see ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you're giving the permission, why aren't you recording it on your phone? Why aren't you in charge of the data? Why aren't you taking your power back as a woman? Because guess what? If you weren't there, he'd be jerking off. You are the reason. You are the star, honey. Act like it. You are the shit. Start talking like the shit. Start acting like the shit. Start being the shit.
Your phone. You want him to record? Be like, yeah, we can record it, boo.
My phone only. My ass, my phone.
If you have to think about what's gonna happen after. What about if you're not with that person anymore? What's gonna happen with that video after everything? You know, just because you got a sex tape out don't mean you gonna get famous. I'm just saying.
Candace would have the lawyers reaching out to you talking about where is my 20%.
Exactly.
That's right. Next question.
Next question.
And I wanted to add some flavors to the bedroom. I saw the candy wraps in the back.
You said you want
But I
Social
want to
Security
know
yet.
if that shit gonna give me diabetes.
Candice, that question is for you. That question is for you.
So that's really a medical question. That's really a medical question, and you would really need to find out what is in the product that you're using, right? No, honey, right? But here you go. I'm not a doctor. I do work in healthcare. It's in your bag. I have another one if you don't have it. But it is a medical question. But check your sugar before you have it. Okay? No, that's what I'm saying. Check it before, check it after. That's some research.
Yeah. So we've got one last question, or are there any more? Okay, so we're going to take 2 more questions, and then we're going to close out the panel.
Hi, ladies.
Oh my
I had a question.
No, I got it.
I love that everyone's background is different. Because my question is deep. What do you need to know?
I'm gonna tell my husband he's gonna find my G-spot.
I am growing up in a Spanish household. We're not talking about sex. Speak about that. You are taught how to but you're supposed to have next to you.
That one goes for you too. Later.
So I was looked down upon when I said no. I got sick and tired of taking the BS because I'm supposed to be next to a man as a Spanish woman with a child. So when I said no, it was uproar. So my question is, how, as a woman from that culture, can we learn to be taught how to be sexual first and to stand up when it didn't work?
It's a wonderful question.
I got sugar free.
Yes! You gotta get your life, girl.
Speak your needs. I need sugar free.
selfish. No matter what, you need to be selfish with yourself. So as a Hispanic, we grow up with a lot of taboos about it. And the only way that you get out through it is to be selfish. Do not think about what other people think. Do not let other people have an opinion about the type of life that we want to live. So be selfish. It's what you want, it's what you decide to do. That's what I can say.
So I think we are definitely taught that being selfish is a bad thing, right? We're taught that being selfish is a bad thing. And selfish can be, right? But selfish when it comes to being self-aware, self-care, those things, in that way selfish is a good thing. So I agree with you in terms of that. I find it really interesting that Latina women are not really, we don't talk about sex very much culturally, but we're very hot, sassy, and sexual. Right? Very. Our culture, we're sexual lives. Latino television is very, very old fashioned. Women are still in bathing suits on TV and commercials. It's like still like in the 80s with that stuff. But that is patriarchy, right? There's a lot of machismo and patriarchy in the Latino households. I was blessed to have a father who wasn't, Puerto Rican father who wasn't that way, who talked to me about sex, politics, drugs, money, everything, right? So I was blessed in that way, which is one of the reasons I'm very open and free. But you have to, first of all, you said, how do we learn? Right? You're here. You're here. So you continue to, education is always the answer. Educate yourself. Read books. Connect with people who can teach you. Right? Become empowered. Hang out with people who are empowered. There's a way to still be beautiful, soft, feminine, and strong, and say, no, this doesn't work for me. Right? Unlearn the things that you were taught and
Alright, so we're going to take our final question.
Can I just really quickly, the fact that you said today, that means you're present. That means you're focused here and you're right now. You said today I'm a single mother. You are speaking to the fact that you don't know what tomorrow will be. You are not selfish, you are self-full. There's a difference. Hear what I say. Self-full and selfish are two different things, and the world will always make you feel like you're selfish because you're no longer catering to them. How do you learn? You are learning. You're aware because you asked a question. So when there's a question, you know that there is a shift. There is something going on where you're not comfortable and you want to change something. You got things to get off your chest. You're already on the path to where you need to be. How do you change it? You're already changing it, and you teach it going forward. And you be okay with people not being okay with your enoughness. Teach your boys. You know what I always say to women with boys? I always say to people with boys, make their woman not hate you more than they're already gonna. Teach your boys that their women coming up are not you, and that they're not supposed to cater to them. So I feel like you're not selfish or self-full, but anytime you do something for yourself, everybody around you who always benefited from you doing for them will always make you feel like you're selfish. Be okay with labels. Because let them call you what you want. Know who you are. When I know who I am, you can call me boss, you can call me bitch, you can say what you want. I'm here, I'm present, and I'm not going to allow you to stick that to me. You're self-full, not selfish.
Final question for the night.
The birthday girl! Alright, my question actually has a little bit more aspect to it, more towards you. You kind of guys went into it a little bit. Bring it back up. I'm going to say for a fact that I was younger, but I actually had therapy when I was younger, so that kind of dismissed the whole part of dealing with it as you're growing up and how to deal it on your own. It was already dealt with, so it was kind of hard to understand other women, because more, if you realize more women are actually abused young age than they are more of an adult. With that being said, I realized that my sister was abused. She took it more harder than I did because I went to therapy. So she had to figure out how to deal with it and everything like that. She didn't know what an orgasm was. I did. So it was different levels to understand it. But being now a new mother,
I actually have a 9-month-old. And so being a mother of a boy, how am I able to lead him in the right direction and not lead him into the direction of the majority of the women that being abused, the women that being, you know, insecure themselves? How am I able to teach him young to not be a statistic?
I think that the answers are really inside you, as cliche as that sounds, right? You already know that you represent something different, and you will start now. You teach him by teaching him that way. There'll be days when he comes home and like little things, kindergarten, like, or like, right here. Can I have one? That's candy. Right? You just take care.
Kayla K. She makes it. You can have both.
I just want to try. I talk to them both.
That's how you cook it.
I talk to them. I want him.
Just like pretzels and like
pretzels with just spice.
Empowered. I don't want him to objectify women. Right? And let me just say that women are oppressed in every culture. Every single culture. And I say this because a lot of people are talking about molestation, so it happens. It happens to boys too. But it happens to women across like every culture. So you have to teach him to us that.
Okay, so something about it. I have 3 boys. Yes, I have 4 kids. I have 4 kids, and 3 of them are boys. The oldest one is. So I teach him every day. No matter if he sees his, with his father treat me, it's very good. We have a very long-term relationship, but I always give them letters. You know, I give them notes. Baby, I love you. Mamas love you. And when I go in the morning, I did the breakfast, and I was like, everyone take one. Mama love you. See you later. So those type of, you know, details are gonna define your kids. Trust me.
You said something that hit me. You said, what's the right way? You define what right means. Definition is key. What's right to you with your morals, your values in your household? What kind of man do you want to put into this world? You want to raise a participatory person that contributes to this world with his kindness and his generosity, not just his ego and his dick. You understand what I'm saying? You want a man in this world that represents what you gave him. He's going to have his own agenda and his own things, and life will bring him his own attributes. But for the most part, you are his foundation. You're allowed to say, I want to raise this kind of man. He may stray and he may not, but you always know that you did your best, and that's all you can do.
That shit is crazy.
Ladies, thank you so much. It has been an interesting panel. I want to thank everybody who came out. But I think that there's been a general consensus, you know, amongst us all sitting up here that, you know, the root cause of a lot of, you know, people not embracing themselves sexually is because of oppression. And we've heard within this room that some of them, you know, some women have experienced or were exposed to sexual abuse or some level of abuse, right? So right now we just want to take a moment and talk about a foundation that is being represented in this room today, and that's Survive to Thrive Global. Survive to Thrive Global is a foundation that was created by this woman right here, Chrissy Monroe. Chrissy is now a philanthropist because she endured something that she never thought a person of her stature and caliber would experience, but it happened to her. And she stood up and she said no. She said, I am strong, I will not, and I will not take any of the bullshit. She put her battered and bruised self on social media. She went to the police. They wouldn't help her, but she kept persisting, and they did help her. But out of all of that, she bore Survive to Thrive Global. Survive to Thrive Global is a foundation that is created for women such as all of you here, and men as well. You know, we're not telling you that we're going to save you. We're not telling you that we can lead you to where you can be saved. Survive to Thrive Global is not comprised of therapists. It's not a shelter. But they're here to help you, empower you to gain your 360 self back again, which includes your sexual self, which is why this foundation is being represented here. Because sexual abuse is also another form of domestic violence. It certainly is.
you know, and it cuts deep. So once you can get past all of that, what you've seen, what you may have experienced, it could have been at the hands of a father, an uncle, a brother, a sister, a cousin, any family member, even a family friend could have done this to you. But once you can say no more and open your mouth and speak about it, you can embrace yourself. So Survive Thrive Global is partnered, you know, with the other doctors and therapists that are also assisting, you know, people who've experienced this.
You're doing,
you know, help people who they are, really it themselves. It doesn't take much. All you have to do is open your mouth and speak, and then allow yourself to accept the help that's being given to you. Embrace your whole sexual self. Sex is wonderful. Everybody loves a good orgasm. Shit, I wish I could stand right here now with orgasm. Okay. Yes, you know. So I'm actually going to turn the mic over to Angela. Yay, Angela, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I was so nervous because this is my first event, and like I said, I couldn't do it without the amazing sponsors, the vendors, my beautiful panelists, my hosts. I mean, I could not do it. Without them, there is no event, technically speaking, you know? But my last thing is that I want to wish a happy birthday to Miss Candace Vaughn, to Christy, and to my sister Diana. It is their birthday, so I want to wish them a happy, blessing birthdays. Happy birthday, Diana! Recognized for everything. So happy birthday, ladies, and I wish you nothing but happiness and blessings and a beautiful future for you guys. Thank you. And a lot of orgasms.
And ladies, please, on Instagram, on Facebook, it is Survive to Thrive Global. You do not have to be a direct victim of domestic violence to be a part of this organization, to follow this organization. Follow Candace, follow all of these young ladies up here. Everybody has social media. The information is in your bags. But yes, follow, 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 and be empowered.
If not, it's going to be on our website tomorrow on Instagram. I will have my link. I have to update everybody's information and link. So if you did not get cards that you are missing, everybody's information, discount cards and everything will be on the website tomorrow at Owl by MV on Instagram, and you'll get all the perks and all the information. And we're gonna have video coverage and everything. I also want to thank Love Suhaili on Instagram.
Yes!
Can I say that I am going to be an official ambassador with Love Suhaili? So I will be with Love Suhaili, so I'm so excited about it. She's an amazing woman. Thank you Rosa Garcia, who is the owner of Mount Haven Bar, and Gina, who is the manager / event planner. Thank you Gina Santiago in the back. She is the manager, so if you want to rent out this space, Gina is the person. If you want an event planner, event director, she also did event directing for Bronx Fashion Week. She's actually the behind scenes that they do not give her credit for, and I'm going to give her credit for it. She did all of Fashion Week for the Bronx.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Thank you once again, everyone. Thank you so much on behalf of the vendors, on behalf of the panelists, on behalf of everyone. And thank you to you for just being here. And remember, sex is good. Yes, it's good. Sex is life. Enjoy it. Yes.
One more thing, bye Suhaili, really fast. Wait, sorry. I just don't have a big mouth. It's in your back. So, just like she said, so I have a website that's on
it's not fair for me.
in October, Really? I'm not loud enough?
Okay, so she mentioned being a brand ambassador for Love Suhaili. So my website is relaunching called lovesuhaili.com, and it is going to be the only website. It's kind of perfect for this event on love, sex, and relationships for Latina. So if you're a Latina, there isn't another website for us because nobody talks about sex, nobody talks about love, nobody talks about anything for Latinas. It's all about cooking and shit. Tired of cooking. There are tons of websites for Latina about everything, fashion, celebrity, but there isn't a place where we can share our stories, come together, and talk about sex, talk about orgasms. Did we have it? Do we not have it? Do we have a good relationship? Do we have an abusive relationship? And there's going to be stories and video content just for us on our experience as Latinas about love, sex, and relationships. Also, Stephanie's gonna be contributing. She has amazing stories. She's such a great writer. She's gonna be doing video, and she's gonna be doing video on sex. And if anybody wants to contribute, holla at me. Terminé.
My battery died.
You had a good time?